There's been a lot of investor discussion surrounding supermicro computer stock and the latest developments at the artificial intelligence company. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of those reasons why so many investors are talking about supermicro computer stock and what it could mean for supermicro computer stock investors and whether or not this is an opportunity for investors to jump in here and buy this beaten down AI stock. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So the company's CEO and other management team members held a conference call with Wall Street analysts. And one of the questions Wall Street analysts had was whether or not these delays in reporting their financial statements and the resignation of their auditor, whether it's having an impact on the company's sales or any of its partners, suppliers, buyers. Are they canceling orders? Are they distancing themselves from Supermicro Computer? And the CEO said in response to that question, to their 10K delay, maybe it's impacting a little bit. How much? I don't know yet, but a certain impact for sure, but hopefully not too big. Ouch. That does not sound good for supermicro computer stock investors. So not only is the delay in the 10K statement hurting the company's stock price, but now it's impacting the company's sales, its profits, its cash flow, because some of its customers, some of its suppliers are concerned, and so they're perhaps distancing themselves from Supermicro Computer. What makes this matter even worse is the CEO here, Charles Liang, doesn't know precisely how bad this will get, saying, I know for sure it's going to be negative. I know for sure there's going to be an impact. I just don't know how much. And hopefully it's not too big. Really concerning there, coming from the CEO and the company's business, and they've taken so long to address these issues. The delay has lingered for several months now. And the impact is so large, the stock price has fallen from $120 per share down to $20 per share. And you would think there would be more urgency to get this issue resolved. And it just keeps lingering and things keep getting worse for this company. And shareholders are losing significantly as a result. They also talked about profit margins, and they said that they are cautious about what they're forecasting on their profit margin, and they're being conservative in what they're guiding in the second quarter, perhaps to account for these latest issues and developments. And the CEO also says that competition is putting pressure on Supermicro Computer, perhaps capitalizing on this situation, noticing that Supermicro Computer is busy with these matters and coming in and maybe calling up their customers and saying, hey, I know you're concerned about one of your suppliers here. Why not switch to us right now and alleviate some of your concerns dealing with this company where you're not sure if their financial statements are going to lead to some bigger issue that is going to put you in a bind as well. And so something that I'm a little bit upset about with the company is not only are they coming out with these latest issues, right? Their financial statements are delayed and they're not resolving that in a timely manner. But over the last 8 or 9 months, the company has sold a lot of shares of stock following a rapid increase in the stock price. So they went to investors and they sold a lot of their stock, and they raised like billions of dollars by selling their stock at higher share prices. And now their share prices are collapsed following these developments. So it's kind of like they went to investors to raise money while their share prices were high. And it's hard to say if they knew that these issues were going to rise. But if they had any question marks, I don't think they should have went to investors and raised capital, and especially $4 billion worth of capital. And now they're saying that they don't believe that they'll have any issues raising more capital if they need to, but I think they will. I don't know if lenders are going to feel comfortable giving the company any money while these question marks remain, or if they do, they're going to ask for very high interest rates. And then investors, while there might be some investors that are willing to take a chance on supermicrocomputer, there isn't going to be as many that were willing to take a chance on supermicrocomputer as there were, 6 months ago, 9 months ago. And so remember, this company had gone for several consecutive quarters with negative free cash flow, and they've got to be more careful now. In the most recent quarter, they did say their cash flow was positive $345 million. So that's a good sign. They adjusted. They can't continue going on with those negative free cash flows while they're also experiencing these question marks about their financial statements, because they don't want to have to go back to investors for money at this moment when their stock price is crashing and investors are skeptical about the company's management team. You don't want to go to investors during those desperate moments. So you do want to turn your company on stable footing right now. You don't want to be going after market share while experiencing losses on the bottom line. This is not the time for that. So it was good to see at least that the company did realize that, and they did take on slower growth so that their cash flow can be positive. And the CEO also saying, for sure, we estimate more competitors, right? And I think so too. I think competitors are going to jump on this opportunity. They're going to see what's happening at supermicrocomputer, and they're definitely going to jump on this and try and take market share away while supermicrocomputer is distracted with these issues. So an interesting question came from an analyst saying that, I think there are strong feelings in the investment community that the chairman and CEO roles could be beneficial if separated. So right now, the CEO is also the chairman of the board, and the board of directors is usually the only oversight for a CEO. If the board of directors is not independent of the CEO has discretion to take many, many chances. And if those chances are unsuccessful, the CEO doesn't have to fear that the board of directors is going to fire and replace the CEO. If the board of directors is also, if the chairman of the board of directors is also the CEO, right? So there's no separation of powers. And so there's no oversight to the CEO. And this analyst is very subtly saying, hey, what if there was a separation, right? I think the investor community would like that, sending a hint here to the CEO, telling him, we wouldn't be angry with you if you resigned one of your roles here, either as CEO or as chairman of the board, because of all of these developments. Of course, they're placing blame on the CEO and the chairman of the board of directors. And the CEO, Charles Liang, responds saying, I have no comment on that at this moment, but I'm considering about that. So at the moment, no comment, but feeling the pressure, certainly. And if there's more pressure from investors, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a change in leadership at Supermicrocomputer. So hopefully this elaborates on why everyone is talking about Supermicrocomputer stock and gives a little more insight for investors. Those of you that are considering buying this AI stock on the dip, I would say continue to stay away. As I've been saying, I've been warning investors to stay away from this stock. And I still think you should stay away from this stock until there's more news on developments about its financial statements. Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce that my book is finally available for sale. I've been working on it for more than a year now, so I'm really excited to finally share this with you now. It goes through my framework for evaluating stocks. Some of you often ask why I like this stock or why I like the other stock. And this framework provides you the things that I look at when I'm evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.